All right, so my name is Cameron Herriges, and I worked alongside Sarah Swingley and Anna Wurzer, and our project is, titled The Relationship Between Masculine Honor Belief Systems and Reported Acceptability of Stereotypical, Astereotypical, and Neutral Behaviors. So, previous literature supports that masculine honor beliefs are correlated with societal views regarding adherence to male gender roles. People who hold higher masculine honor beliefs are more likely to perceive rape in women who have been raped negatively. People who hold higher masculine honor beliefs are more likely to perceive violence in war as an acceptable practice. Our hypothesis is masculine honor beliefs and the acceptability of stereotypical male gender roles are positively correlated, whereas masculine honor beliefs and the acceptability of astereotypical male gender roles are negatively correlated due to the influence masculine honor beliefs have on perception. So our methods come from research that Dr. McManus had collected at her previous college campus. So we had 395 Kansas State University general psychology students. We had 107 male participants and 211 female participants. Our measurements are surveys on masculine honor and traditional gender roles. We had the masculine honor belief scale. There are 35 items overall with various subscales. So the subscales we have are, oh, these are a little upside down, family and community bonds, which could be a man's family should be his number one priority. And we have provocation, insult, I think that's how you say it. If a man is insulted, his manhood is insulted. And then we have, wow, these are all backwards, protection, which is, it is a male's responsibility to protect his family. And then virtue is when it's morally wrong for a man to walk away from a fight. And then socialization. As a child, you were taught that boys should always defend themselves. And then we have pride in manhood. So a man should be embarrassed if someone calls him a wimp. And then lastly, we had masculine courage, which is a man should not be afraid to fight. The BEM Sex Role Inventory, which was 60 items, an example of it is willing to take risks or receptive to flattery. And lastly, we had items about acceptability of astereotypical male behavior, stereotypical, and neutral male behaviors. So an example of astereotypical would include drinks fruity cocktails. Stereotypical would be drinks beer. And neutral male behaviors are brushes his teeth. All right.
Next, we will be going on to analyzing some of the graphs. So as you see here, we have two different graphs. One, which analyzes the correlations between stereotypical behaviors and some of the different subscales, as well as the overall scales. And the other, which analyzes the astereotypical behaviors between some of the overall scales and some of the subscales as well. If you look at the subscale categories, the ones with asterisks next to them are the ones that are statistically significant overall. Looking at the first graph, the stereotypical behaviors only have one statistically significant result, which is the BSRI. The BSRI is positively correlated with stereotypical behaviors, as you can see there. All of the other subcategories, as well as the overall MHBS score, were negatively correlated with stereotypical behaviors, but these were not statistically significant. So we are not sure whether or not this would be seen if we had a larger sample or if we measured it in a different way. Looking at the astereotypical behaviors, we see that we have much more statistical significance here. All of the categories were statistically significant with the correlation between astereotypical behaviors. All of these had a positive correlation between the two groups. The BSRI was positively correlated with both astereotypical and stereotypical behaviors, as well as all of the subcategories of the MHBS and the overall MHBS score as well. So as you can see, we found more significance with the astereotypical behaviors, showing that astereotypical behaviors are positively correlated with masculine honor beliefs and the BEM Sex Role Inventory.
All right, so as Anna has discussed, we found that there were significant positive correlations in regards to the masculine honor belief scale and astereotypical male gender roles, which does not support our initial hypothesis. Our initial hypothesis was that we would see a negative correlation between these behaviors, as astereotypical male gender roles do not typically fit those of the masculine honor belief system. But what we found from our research is that there was actually a significant positive correlation between these roles, which means that individuals that are higher in the masculine honor belief scale are also going to be more accepting of those men that participate more so in astereotypical gender roles. So for further research, this correlation could be analyzed, because as of now, there has not been a lot of research that has been done into masculine honor belief systems in regards to stereotypical and astereotypical male gender roles. So for further research, we could explore this relation and see as maybe why this occurred.